Greetings, dear ones. How pleased and honored we are to be with you today. We honor you for coming in service to anchor the energies of the group. And of course, when we say group, we mean not only those who are in the room at this time, but also those who will be experiencing this transmission on your internet at a later time. Feel the energy. When you connect in a channel in this way, you are connected to your guides, to the angelics, to the Christed Council, to the ancestors. Feel that love envelop you, loving you, supporting you, healing you, and assisting you through the shift of humanity that you are now stepping into fully in earnest. So many of you ask for our guidance on how to move forward, how to enlighten, how to become everything that you wish to be in this earthly expression of self. And our most common answer is to surrender. We tell you to surrender, to stay in the flow, to consciously create, and to be. And what we are finding is one of the most common questions our dear partner in transmission gets asked is, how do I surrender? We would like to address that today. We understand that for many of you, particularly those who may be feeling battered and worn, surrender can seem like a scary prospect. If you are feeling like your life expression is not going in the direction you desire, the idea of giving up control seems like it would not be helpful. But hear us when we say that when you are attempting to control anything, you are allowing your ego self, that part of you that seeks to keep you small, to take the lead. And it will, at all costs, sabotage your growth. The ego self has absolutely no interest in enlightenment. Your controller, the part of you that seeks to control, to keep you small, to keep things predictable, cannot move you forward in your growth. It seeks to keep you in a contracted space, while your soul is seeking to expand and grow and bloom. This will always lead humans to a very, very uncomfortable place indeed. Most humans will only surrender when they are too tired, too exhausted, too worn out to resist any longer. We are here to tell you that it does not need to be so. Surrender does not mean that you will be careening about wildly, dear ones. Some of you imagine that it will be like a pinball that has been shot and is bouncing around wildly all over the place, and nothing could be further from the truth. The act of surrender is deciding to move forward in your mastery with the most help available to you in the universe. It is the path of grace and ease. It is moving forward with help, with assistance, with support. The supports that come are those that are best qualified to help you navigate your path. Think of it in this way. If you were stuck in the forest and couldn't find your way out, it would be very difficult. You might walk in circles. You might end up far away from where you would like to be because you simply do not have the vantage point to see the way out. But if you had a friend who was in a helicopter above communicating directions to you, you would get out of it very quickly because they would have the vantage point to help you in the most direct way possible to achieve what your goal is. This is the same as surrendering and working with your guides. When you surrender, you are working with your higher self, the part of you that is connected to all, that part of you that knows what you are here to experience. You are choosing to take that most direct path to your highest life expression. There are no special rituals that are needed to be done in order to surrender. All that is required is to sit quietly and with your heartfelt intention state that you are now surrendering. You can surrender to God, you can surrender to Source, you can surrender to Jesus, you can surrender to the angels, you can surrender to your higher self, you can simply surrender to more if you don't know what to call it. The act of surrender is a very sacred and honored thing, and when a human being is about to move into that divine act of surrendering, the guides and helpers and their soul self gets very excited. They gather closest to you, and they wait with bated breath for the big moment, and they rejoice in that moment of letting go and finally getting out of your own way. So it is about your heartfelt intention to start to move and navigate your life in the most empowered way possible with the most assistance available to you. Then it is staying out of your way and staying in the flow and allowing the magic to happen. Surrender will not accomplish much if you do not stay in the flow. You must surrender and then flow down the path of least resistance. By doing so, you will be moving quickly. You can achieve things that you have not been able to achieve in the entirety of your lifetime in record time through using the tools of surrender and flow. It is a beautiful thing to behold a human being using their mastery through the tools of surrender and flow. But many people hear this, and they are still caught up in the idea that there is no way to steer this thing. That would be a fallacy. You all have within you right now the ability to steer the flow, and it is through gratitude. Gratitude is the steering wheel of the flow. It is how you give feedback to the universe. It is how you co-create with the universe. If you use surrender, flow, and gratitude, you will be moving very quickly in a much more empowered way down a path of ease that will hold many, many synchronicities and miracles. It is the path of joy, dear ones. It is truly understanding that by using these tools, you can have the life expression that you dream of, and you can be having a life that is fun and exciting and supported. Again, we say to you that the days of struggle are over, but it is up to you to choose the path of ease, and you do so through surrender, flow, and gratitude. So as you can see, once you surrender, there's not much to worry about. So what will you do in all that free time? Well, that is when you can practice being. Being is embracing your divinity. Being is accepting that you are part of a greater whole, that you are a divine and beloved piece of the source. It is embracing the fact that you are that special, that beloved, that integral to the entire process. Being lets you shine in your truth, in your transparency, in your authenticity. It is a calm energy. It is beautiful. This is not about puffing yourself up with delusions of grandeur or beating yourself up with your negative self-talk. There is no room for that in beingness. Beingness is embracing your energetic truth as a divine being, as a human being of light on the planet at this time. And as you do that, as you shine in your truth, your life can only improve. As you are, just as you are, as you allow that to shine, you will draw to you all of the wondrous things that you hold. This is mastery, dear ones. This is how you do it. People say, well, Gabriel, that sounds so simple. That sounds too simple to be true. We would say, if it is so simple, why are you not doing it? It is simple. Do not complicate it. Simply try, experiment, have fun with it. You can surrender in one grand act. If you find yourself knocking yourself out of the flow through fear and doubt, you can re-surrender. You can wake up and surrender your day to the highest outcome possible. Play with it, dear ones. Have fun. It is joyous to step into your mastery, and we cannot wait to see what you will create for yourselves. This is what we wanted to share with you today.